Hello everyone! Today we will examine the use and expression of the frame-within-frame compositional method in film. Unlike paintings or pictures, movies are the art of combining space and time. Along with the ever-changing visual elements, compositions need to be constantly reclassified, summarized, and defined. The frame-within-frame composition method refers to the use of door frames, car windows, staircases, and corridors as foreground layouts, and then arranging the subjects in these frames so that the whole picture forms a frame and the subjects form a border with the surrounding environment. A good frame-within-frame shot harmoniously divides each part of the frame and keeps each part in perfect alignment. It increases the depth of field and creates a sense of visual pleasure, allowing the audience's eyes to be properly directed to the director's intended focal point. So how do you set up a frame-within-frame composition? The first step is to pick a character. Determine the character you want to highlight and then project and confine that character inside some frame. For example, mirrors, windows, doors, and so on. This kind of frame can account for some kind of character relationship and is a meaningful stylistic choice. So the storytelling and the development of the story may also be set in motion by such segmented composition. The next step is to utilize the z-axis, which is the depth of field. Understanding the z-axis movement of a shot helps to create frame-within-frame art scenes. It also helps us to understand the foreground, midground, and background of a shot. Kubrick's The Shining is a good example. The director imagines the z-axis as a corridor in a shooting space. The foreground character in this shot is framed by the carpeted floor, and the two girls standing at the end of the corridor are framed by the geometry of the walls. The atmosphere created by this shot is oppressive and constricted. The strong, hard lines of the image also bring a sense of helplessness to the character, who is being held down by some kind of force. Frame-within-frame composition is not limited to a regular rectangular pattern, but any shape or form can be used in this way, as long as it creates an enclosing space that somehow surrounds the center of the visual field. Director Andrei Tarkovsky used a jagged, mixed frame-within-frame in Evan's Childhood, and director Wes Anderson used a circular frame in the Grand Budapest Hotel to emphasize the characters. A good director will make sure that every composition has a purpose when making a movie. A good movie will even use different compositional methods to reflect elements such as set, frame, and depth of field. Chinese director Wong Kar-wai is a master of frame-within-frame composition. He utilizes all objects and people to create a frame within the camera frame. In the Mood for Love is a successful example of Wang's use of framing in his movies. Noisy and cramped spaces, narrow staircases, and dimly lit corridors frame the movie in a depressing atmosphere. In contrast, it's more like peeping rather than framing, although the viewer is really just peeping into their story. Finally, let's take a look at a few classic moments of frame-within-frame compositions in the Mood for Love. Thank you very much for watching.